Difference between its manga and anime and newly added scenes for which watch. Episode 19. The anime adds a scene of Nemu greeting Morihito. The anime adds a scene of the letter falling out of the box Morihito is carrying. The anime adds a scene of Nemu approaching the letter to pick it up. The anime adds a scene of Morihito smiling when he sees the letter. In the anime, when Nico recognizes the letter, she is sitting next to the others, however in the manga only she is shown. In the manga, when Nico imagines Moi picking up the pieces of the letter, you can see how Nico's letter is shown between two moments, however in the anime this is not shown. The anime adds a scene of Nico bringing the letter up to his face to hold it for a few seconds before screaming. The anime adds a scene of the others' reaction to this scene. In the manga, when Miharu asks about Morihito, only Nico is shown, however in the anime you can see a scene in which Keigo and Kanchi sit at the table to listen to Nico's answer. Nemu can also be seen in the background. In the anime, a dialogue from Nemu is added where she asks Nico what he means by Morihito doing something by himself. In the anime, Nemu and Kanchi's reactions are added when Nico mentions that Morihito went to visit his mother's grave. The anime adds a scene where Nico tries to cheer Moi up by teaching him a new spell. The anime shows the full scene that was briefly shown in episode 1 where Morihito is seen with fire on his butt. The anime adds a scene of Morihito being visited by Momoda and his friends. This scene shows how Momoda met Nico. The anime adds a scene where Nico is seen teaching Moi a new spell. The anime adds Nico's reaction when he hears Morihito saying he doesn't need more friends. In the manga, when Nico tells Morihito that he shouldn't say that because it could come true, they are both seen standing, however in the anime Morihito is still sitting on the swing. The anime removes Morihito's line where he asks Nico if it also works when written. The anime removes Nico's reaction when she realizes she can make a letter. In the manga, when Nico heads off to make the letter, he tells Moi to go home as he runs off, however in the anime Nico turns around before telling Moi to go home. In the manga, when Morihito sees Nico running, he gets up from the swing, however in the anime he remains on the swing. In the anime, when Nico starts writing the letter, a magical aura is added. In the anime, when Nico is writing the letter, you can see several magical sparks moving around the scene. The anime adds a scene of Momoda grabbing Nico's letter. In the manga, only Saruwatari and Momoda can be seen when they go to talk to Nico, however in the anime all of Momoda's friends appear before Nico. In the manga, Saruwatari is the one who tears Nico's letter, however in the anime it is Momoda who does it. In the manga, when Nico does the electricity spell, he only applies it to Saruwatari and Momoda, however in the anime you can see the four of them being attacked by Nico. The anime adds a scene of Nico looking towards the horizon. In the manga, after Morihito says he has real friends, we now see the reactions of Kanchi, Keigo, Miharu, and Nemu. However, in the anime, these reactions are shown after Nico tells them that thanks to them, Morihito has become more open. In the anime, Nico's lines thanking others for being a positive influence on Morihito are shown at the same time as Kanchi, Keigo, Nemu, and Miharu's reactions. In the anime, Raiji and Ibuki can be seen in the background when the scene where Nico and Morihito say goodbye is shown. In the anime, when Nico gets upset because the relationship between her and Moi has not progressed, Nemu can be seen sitting on a sofa, however in the manga she is sitting on the floor with the others. In the anime, when Nico remembers the reunion with Moi, several hearts are added in the background. In the anime, they add a scene of Nico banging on the table while wondering why Moi became stoic and clueless about romance. The anime adds a scene of Keigo, Kanchi, and Miharu reacting to Nico's tantrum. In the anime, Kanchi is shown wondering why their relationship doesn't seem to progress beyond the friend zone. In the anime, when Kanchi and Keigo high-five, you can see their eyes turning into dots. The anime removes the scene where Nemu is worried when she hears Nico calling her name. In the anime, when Nico yells at Nemu, you can see Miharu in the background. In the anime, when Nemu is comforting Nico, you can see Miharu holding the grocery bag. The anime adds a poster showing Feelingram's name similar to Prendel's. In the anime, when Feelingram is explained, you can see the example drawing emanate a purple aura. The anime adds an arrow pointing to where a reaction will appear. In the anime, when Nico wants to practice using a photo of Morihito, she looks at the others and tells them that a photo also works, however in the manga she says this while still looking at Moi's photo. The anime removes the faces of the people who interrupt the Feelingram demonstration. In the anime, when Nico finds out that Moi has returned home, she starts running around the house, however in the manga she just starts going crazy. In the anime, Kanchi and Nemu are shown talking to Nico to distract Morihito so she can cast the spell from behind. The anime adds a scene of Morihito entering the house. In the anime, when Nico cast Feelingram, Kanchi is shown sitting next to Morihito watching him while the others also watch him. However, in the manga, Kanchi is standing like the others. Similarly, in the anime, Nemu is next to Morihito, while in the manga she is in front of him. In the anime, this scene is shown focusing on Morihito from the front, however in the manga Morihito is seen from behind. The anime removes Nico's disappointed reaction to seeing the caterpillars. In the manga, when Keigo, Kanchi and Nemu see Nico sitting alone at the table, they are far from Nico, however in the anime they are in front of her. In the manga, Nico is going to hit Moi after seeing the butterfly form a flower without realizing it, however in the anime Nico is going to hit him without seeing that the butterfly is actually a flower. The anime adds Nico's reaction to seeing the butterfly fly away. Trivia: the Nice and Hot spell is named in this episode since despite having previously appeared in the manga and anime, it had not received a name. The anime adds an unnamed spell where the target can move like a rocket. In the manga chronology, the events of Chapter 61 and Chapter 62 happen after the Lost Wolf and the Stray Cat arc, something that has not yet been adapted in the anime.